I'm going to rank the most relevant and popular 3x3s from the past couple of years so you know which ones are incredible and which ones aren't as good. There will be 4 tiers from the best to the worst, so I'll give my opinion on each cube before placing them in one of the tiers. But first, let's start with one of the best budget cubes of all time, the RS3M version 5. Whilst this cube is considerably cheaper than most of the other ones I will cover, it is still a very good 3x3 with some of the smoothest and premium feeling turning on any budget cube. The only real negative I can think of for the version 5 is that it often catches unnecessarily due to the slightly more blocky feeling. Regardless, this is still a very good puzzle and will go into A tier. Next up is the Dian Guhong Pro M, which is another budget 3x3, but one which is slightly worse than the RS3M version 5. This is because it feels a lot less premium in comparison due to the weaker plastic and the tensioning system offering a whole lot less customization. However, a positive is that it has a glossy texture which massively helps with grip and can prevent some annoying slips which could happen with other cubes. I am going to put this one in B tier though, because it's not quite on the same level as the RS3M. The third cube on this list is the Hyton Wave Rider, which is a 3x3 I was somewhat disappointed with due to the subpar corner cutting and mediocre turning. However, I know that this is a first release from them, and taking that into consideration, this isn't too bad, and I think that they will definitely be able to make improvements on the next version to ensure it's a lot better. With all that in mind, this cube is still C tier because it isn't quite up to the same standard as other cubes on this list. Next up, we have one of the best 3x3s I have ever used, which is the WRM version 10. There is very little that I don't like about this puzzle, as it already has excellent turning, great corner cutting, and a very easy to understand tensioning system. The one downside is that an alternative of this price would normally have adjustable magnets. However, this is still S tier in my opinion. The fifth cube on this list is the Huaming TG, which is the successor of a really popular 3x3, being the YS3M. I am personally really impressed by the performance of this new release, as it feels incredibly premium and could rival some of the others on the market. I really like how many options they give you for customization, with a great tensioning system whilst also being able to change both the edge and corner magnet strength. However, this still isn't quite as good as something like the WRM, so for that reason it is in A tier. Next up, we have the GAN 15, and whilst this is genuinely a good 3x3 due to the complete redesign around how it performs and the turning feeling, I still think that there are better options. Obviously, I like how premium it feels, and I will always favour GAN's tensioning system as it is one of the best you can get. But for something at such a high price, not having adjustable magnets is ridiculous, and there are just so many other cubes which have more features for considerably lower prices. And for that reason, I am putting the GAN 15 in B tier. One of the better cubes you could get instead is the Tornado version 4. This cube came out recently, and Qi barely had to change anything for it to already be better than most other 3x3s because of how good the predecessor is. Yet they managed to go beyond expectations to produce one of the best cubes ever. Speaking primarily about the Pioneer version, I really like the UV coating, the new magnet system, and the incredible tensioning system. On top of that, the version 4 has the smoothest and most controllable turning you will ever try, and for that reason it is obviously an S tier cube. But what do you think about this list? Would you move any of the 3x3s? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.